Mm.
All right, everybody. With that being said, what is going on? If you don't know, now you do know. You're officially tuned into a very special edition of the HFWB Podcast Series. This is your host, Clifton Pope, and with me today, I have a very special guest who, off the top, before we literally started recording this episode, I could literally feel her energy from where she is currently in Plano, Texas, to Corpus Christi, Texas. It's like a Texas connection without a doubt. But with that being said, the person who I'm about to bring on, of course, and before I forget, before I bring on this guest, I want to let y'all know this episode of the HFWB podcast series is being brought to you by goandfeelgreat.com, where if you visit that website, you can learn how to incorporate time-based eating patterns with 2 measurable products that will help you feel great for the long haul. So go and visit goandfeelgreat.com before I forget about that. But with that being said, the guest who I'm about to bring on, we have so much in common and we barely have messaged each other off and on a few times, but I love her work. I mean, she has a lot of things in common with me. I mean, she's a certified personal trainer. She's a transformational coach in behavior and habit change, a certified health and life coach, a corrective exercise and weight loss specialist, CPR certified. She's just your ordinary sick and tired mom once before, in pain, living across this overseas in a foreign country. But now she's empowering not only herself, but other professional women to strengthen power to basically love your body throughout intentional daily choices of basically thoughts, food, and movement. Basically, the whole purpose of what health, fitness, wealth, business is about, and then some. And she does it all with a little twist and her own little flavor called the Wellness Vortex program, which we'll get into that as well. With that being said, if you do not know who I am talking about by now, I would love to welcome the lovely Miss Nadya. And Nadya, so I don't mess up on the last name, how do you say your last name for those listening?
Touch as scotch, whether you drink it or not. Scotch touch.
Scotch Touch. Got it. Got it. With that being said, Nadia, welcome aboard to the HFWB podcast series. How are you doing on this wonderful Wednesday?
Clifton, I am doing great. After all these introductions you did your homework. I didn't send you anything. So great job. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Really appreciate it. And thank you for having me here.
No, thank you for just taking time out of your busy schedule just to simply provide information, knowledge, and resources because
Mhm.
that's what's going to help us continue to grow. That's what's going to continue to help us find ways to improve and really just to evolve, as you know very well, Nadia. But before we get into how we can get better at doing all those things, for everybody listening to the HFWB podcast series and wants to know, of course, your upbringing, your background, your overall story on how you not only fell in love with just basically the process of just healthier habits, healthier living, but how it got to the point where you decided you wanted to transform yourself to where you could be able to do the same for others as well.
Okay, my turn, right?
Go right ahead, Nadia. The floor is
Okay.
yours.
All right. So this is my native language, Russian. I'm speaking in my second language, so hopefully you will be able to understand me. All right. I am from St. Petersburg, Russia. I actually have been here in the United States for almost 21 years. And from my childhood, I was always a shy, introverted child, pretty much not noticeable. You probably go to school with me, you don't even know that I existed.
Right, right.
But sometimes our childhood, we call them patterns, take us to an adulthood way of being, and they become our adulthood patterns. That's where, in my pretty quiet adulthoodship, when I was already a mom with children, married, really found myself kind of feeling that way. Very introverted is a different word now for that 35-year-old
No,
person,
I can
where
definitely
you
introvert
still
part.
feel like, it's just my life doesn't feel like I'm ruling. It's something else is ruling me. We can talk about our business, or we can talk about health or relationships. How we do one thing is how we do everything. So
Hmm.
that was actually kind of a breakdown moment for me when I knew I needed to change. And already having a psychology background, that's my major, Clifton. Don't get scared. My
No,
major is
a lot of
psychology.
people a lot of people don't know that about you, Nadia. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't
yeah.
know that you have a basically a master's degree in psychology and a bachelor's degree in education. So it's like
Oh, here you go. Yeah, you're
despite the
under
rough
my.
upbringing, you still sought out the information, you still sought out the knowledge, you still
Mhm.
sought out basically all the resources just to help you grow in due time, which is what it's really all about because it's there for the taking.
Yeah, that's pretty much actually what I did. That's where I was heading. You got it. Having that background, my first was okay, let me start helping myself. What I do? Well, psychology, mindset. So
Mm,
through the mindset work, of course, you are your behaviors, but you also your beliefs. If you want
right.
to be a different being, you got to work on your not just behaviors, but also your beliefs. So it's one
Mm,
of my like principles in me personally and in my coaching. The transformation is a 3-year step process: behaviors, beliefs, and being. So
mm,
over this time, I was kind of doing different things, trying to figure out, okay, what's my way of like owning in my personal power, I call it. It was
mm-hmm,
so many different things. In fact, this afternoon I will be sharing how I pivoted my business model. But now it is, you got it, it's a wellness vortex. So what it is a way to own your personal power by phase
mm,
number one, knowing what you want. Number one is still, what is my foundation? Like, what are the basic behaviors that I need to start doing? Like, moving more. If I haven't worked out for 10 years after my surgery and I sign up for a gym and get a personal trainer, how consistent will I be for the rest of my life?
mm,
Probably not as much. So, the foundational behaviors actually, yes, I'm a personal trainer. I'm going to say for that person, just move more. And there are tools that I teach. The step number two is like the funnel is protecting your boundaries. That's when you say, you know what, I'm doing my steps. I'm ready to do a little more. Where is that fitness trainer that I can talk to? You start putting your time blocks to protect your personal time so you can keep developing. And a phase number three is where it becomes of who you are, like you becomes your habit. Okay.
mm,
So that's the kind of a habit formation, energetic flow. If you believe in energy, it's like I'm building myself who I
mm,
want to be being through the three steps. But also, my personal belief, and as a coach, the ultimate transformation in health is a three pillar process. It's like three-legged stool, sometimes
mm,
I refer to. It's mindfulness, it's the proper nutrition, and it's the
mm,
fitness.
right.
So, yes, you can start with one or two habits or behaviors that you want to establish, but again, ultimately, to own your body, your health, your life, your business, is you've got to have all three pillars in your
Mm-hmm.
health, in your wellness.
No, that's a great point that you bring up because that's something that I stress to my personal training clients all the time as well, Nadalia. I always like to tell them you got to train your mind that way
Mm.
your body can follow suit. And to add on top of that, I usually tell them I mean, you probably heard of this book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. One of the favorite things that I read in that book, a section where he says, begin with the end in mind. All things are
Mhm.
created twice, first mentally, then physically. You got to create that vision you want mentally. That way you could break it out in the physical realm and everything. And
Yeah.
it kind of feeds into the overall laying down the foundation that you're talking about within your first phase of the wellness vortex. And it's like, I want you to kind of like elaborate more about like the foundation aspect on how people can get started
Mm.
as far as just from a commitment aspect to not
Mm.
only building up consistency with from that commitment, but at the same time having accountability kind of tie all that together.
Okay. Thank you for the question. You probably heard the concept like you can go that far on the willpower. Willpower usually dies for most of us at the end of the day. I
Uh-huh.
can wake up in the morning and be like, yeah, today's a good day, new day. I did good in the morning, I did good in the afternoon. And then when the day is over, guess what we want to do? The last thing we want to do is to make another decision. I have to go to the gym, I have to make a dinner. So
Mm.
willpower kind of dies at the end, right? So
Yeah.
and I know that I need to work out. I know I need to eat better, have a better choices, love my body a little more than I do. What I do with how? To me, that's like the foundational step. In fact, in anything, in health as well, in movement, in nutrition, in my emotional and mental health and thinking are you ready? Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
curiosity glasses.
Mm.
Imagine you're putting your curiosity glasses on and they've got color. Mine are not. But if they have color, you see
Yeah.
everything through that color.
Mm-hmm.
So just by being curious, it might look like in nutrition, isn't it interesting that I'm craving this food? What am I really craving?
Mm.
In movement, have I moved today to honor my body? How long ago was that? I don't remember. In thinking, isn't it interesting that this repetitive thought keeps coming to me, or I feel the anger? I wonder what's behind that.
Mm.
Curiosity is like the foundational step that starts building the intentionality. If I talk about the fitness and movement, being
Mm.
curious, you start building the habit of being intentional or awareness. And then you build a little more, like baby steps. And that's where accountability comes so useful. When I talk about accountability, I talk about two kind of realms of accountability. Some of what I just described, it's your personal accountability, internal. You're just internally being curious. And
Mm-hmm.
then you might say, you know what? I need someone else to help me. That's your external accountability. As
Mm-hmm.
fitness trainers, we are accountability partners, isn't it? You're not
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
fitness
We hold them
training. You are
accountable.
keeping
We
yourself.
make sure they stick to the program and get to the
Yeah.
results and accomplish their goals. I agree.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. So please be curious and use accountability partner. It was the hardest thing for me when I was starting my wellness business. My
mm-hmm.
coach was just like, Nadia, you need to ask for help. You need to ask for help. You need to ask for help. She
Yeah.
was consistent and persistent until I did. And I tell you, it's like the percentage, it might be different numbers right now, but I heard when you do it on your own, you succeed about 30%. When you're doing it with a group, you succeed 60%. When you're doing it with a coach, you succeed almost 95%.
Mm.
Besides that, you not only succeed, you shrink the time of success. You reach your success faster. I truly believe that when you have a coach. I wish everyone would have a coach and a fitness trainer and
No,
mindset coach.
no, because at the end of the day, it's important. And to add to that, Nadia, it's basically like we don't have all the answers. We don't have all the questions to all those answers. So, from that standpoint, the world basically becomes a library to where it's like, again, unlimited resources at your disposal. It's up to you to make that decision to take advantage of that resource because you never know. That power within that decision can basically shape your destiny without a doubt. And
Mhm.
it can just help unlock many doors that you wouldn't think would be able to be unlocked, and it'll present a brand new fresh opportunity right in front of you. And it's like within your overall wellness vortex program, I love the step-by-step process that you broke down, and I feel like it should definitely be established more as far as just to establish healthier habits to begin with, for sure. Is there a particular, and I know you have a handful of clients on this, Nadia, is there a particular client that comes to mind with you as far as when you have them on this program, it basically solidified to yourself, man, I'm on to something and I'm really making an impact as far as making transformational changes within individuals other than myself?
Mm. Okay, I'm going to say Mary. It took Mary about 3 years to talk
Okay.
to me. So, by the way, it is sometimes it's challenging to talk to a person who can be a little intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this person is in good health, good shape, and I'm not, and I'm just not even like feel I'm an adult. I'm supposed to be owning it. So it takes sometimes a while, and that's okay. But then when we talked, it actually, she said, it took me courage. But
Mm.
what helped her is, I call those baby steps. Just one tiny thing. She actually joined our, I think it was the first step. She joined our fusion flow class. So it's a
Okay.
gentle, almost kind of between functional fitness. That's what I teach, and yoga on the chair. We're not even on the floor, just a little bit. She said, I never knew I could actually go back and do this. That's
Mm.
what I hear. I can do it.
That's the
So very
key
many
right there.
clients, they say, I can do it. It's such an
It's the
excitement.
difference between I can do it and I cannot do it. It's kind of like just telling yourself, like in an affirmation, in a way, Nadia, I can do it,
Mhm.
I will do it, and I must do it.
Yeah, yeah. And now I'm doing it. That's like you're almost becoming who you're being. Yeah.
Yep,
So the second
exactly.
step, she tapped into nutrition. And in fact, she started with, sometimes we do healthy eating challenge. So it's kind of
Uh-huh.
just focusing on the vegetables, fruits, drink a lot of water, kind of
Carbohydrates.
resetting your metabolism, resetting your taste buds. And also, it's not that, but it kind of works like elimination. You're eliminating all the possible inflammative foods and all sensitive.
Toxins, flushing it all
Yeah,
out.
so it just kind of flushes everything that may not belong in your gut and your digestive system, and then we start introducing foods back. So what she actually lost weight, of course, and then she said, Nadia, I thought I like cheese, but my body doesn't. I love this with this process because, again, the nutrition, we take several steps. So the
Right.
healthy eating challenge is one of the steps where we think we like this food, but the body is like, no, 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 no. And you do need to have a few days to kind of being mindfully understanding and communicating with your body. Sometimes I say it's a two-way communication street when you do
Mhm.
this type of challenge. You feed your body, the body tells you what it likes and doesn't like. Oh, I like
Right.
chocolate, or cookie. Then I
Mhm.
eat. I thought I liked it, but I feel kind of bleh. So my
Yeah.
body doesn't like it. So that was her step number two. And the step number three is really owning of what are my behavioral patterns, which are actually just my memory patterns, which are my beliefs, or tapped into my beliefs of how I have been all my lives that maybe don't serve me anymore. It's
Right.
like you're upgrading your operating system. It's the same system. You're just going to upgrade Windows 6 to Windows 12, whatever it is right now.
Mhm.
Through upgrading your way of even believing in yourself, in what you can do, and really just owning your power back to that. So that was a step number three. And she joined our group. So it was pretty much our accountability group journeying together.
I love how you paint that picture, Nadia, as far as just owning your personal power, because it speaks into just tapping in to just really yourself, as far as like your inner peace, your inner being, the empowering yourself to how you want to create like a new life, and just nurturing as much joy and fulfillment within the process. And it's kind of like, if you want to, it's like you know this very well, Nadia. If you want to change the world, you got to look at the man in the mirror and change yourself first before you could change the whole entire world. As in other words, if you can't take care of anyone else's house whenever you can't even take care of your own house first. Worry about your home, worry about your body, your temple first before
Mm.
you take on the initiative and take on the challenge to, of course, assist other people as well, based off of your own personal experiences and stuff. And it's like, if there's anybody who's listening to this HFWB podcast series right now, Nadia, who's having trouble just finding ways to like embrace that personal power that you want them to achieve within themselves, what would be three key pieces of advice you would tell that person right now, as far as to help begin that transformational journey and help achieve that personal power that's within themselves, that's within all of us, actually?
Mm. Mm. May I give one piece of advice?
Yeah, one
It
piece of
might have,
advice.
yeah, it might have three elements.
Yeah, that by all
Um,
means.
I feel that the transformation sometimes kind of gets on me. What do you mean? Change, being a better being,
Right.
is a continuous process of letting go wherever you are in your stage of life, business,
Uh-huh.
health. Continuous process of letting go. Sure.
Yeah.
If you find yourself in that state of not feeling good about yourself, something
Mhm.
happened, you missed the workout, somebody said something, you ate that piece of whatever you just ate, and this kind of yuckiness inside, or sometimes you're actually doing just fine, but just this, oh, what is that? You remember we talked about being curious, like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm
Yeah.
curious what's happening. And now you know, oh, that's that possible situation that, causing my yucky feeling.
Right.
So here's what you can do with that type of situation or thinking or feeling. There are three things.
Hmm.
I'm going to give an example. I missed the workout. What is the gift? Gift. Can't find it right now. I missed the workout. Oh yeah, I missed the workout because I went to a go shopping with my child. The gift, I spent time with her. If I can't find the gift, what is the opportunity that I missed the workout? The
Hmm.
opportunity, you know what? I actually have 30 minutes tomorrow morning. The opportunity, I'm gonna just go out and enjoy the nature or whatever. I'm just giving you my example.
No, these are great examples.
So the first two are the most important. What is the gift or opportunity? Okay, Clifton, I'm going to give another example because sometimes I hear I can't find the gift. I didn't do enough steps.
Right.
There is always, this is from positive intelligence, by the way, training. There is always a gift and opportunity. Here's why. Imagine mother lost her child to a drunk driver.
Hmm.
What's freaking gift here? No. She said there's no gift here, but here's an opportunity. She created a nonprofit educating parents of teenagers who were hit by drunk drivers.
Mm. I see where you're going with
I'm going
this.
to cry right now. Yes, you
Yeah.
can always find either a gift or opportunity. It's just like,
Mm.
this is it. But here's the third step. I'm going to take a little pause. If I cannot find gift and opportunity, what if there is just simply letting go? I'm not talking about that previous example.
Yeah.
Or maybe now somebody's death at some point, just let it go. It's
Yeah.
always in the heart, it's a part of you, but you let it go so you can be and own your power and be the difference for others that you can make. Your story can become a message, an inspiration for someone.
Mm.
That's my piece of advice.
No, no, that's great piece of advice. Actually, it's like I was taking it all in as you were saying it, and when you said it, Nadia, I was like, you're absolutely right because the present moment within itself, I feel like, is a gift, and it's an opportunity to just take advantage of that gift by just embracing the moment of right here, right now, because that's everything you need, and at the same time, you're not attached so much to the past, but at the same time, you're not attached so much to the future. You remain detached from both things, but at the same time, you're attaching yourself again to that present
Mm.
moment right here, right now. So you're simply just you're letting go, like as you describe it, but at the same time, you're still going with that flow of energy because you have the opportunity to accept or reject whatever the universe sends out to you as far as the opportunities go.
Ah, so
Far
good.
as
Okay,
yeah,
you gave me a visual. So you said it, just you didn't say it in the words. I'm going to give you a visual.
okay,
So yeah,
okay.
indeed. Imagine, have you ever climbed mountains? Do you do like rock climbing?
I have never tried rock
Okay.
climbing. That's something that's on the bucket list for
Yeah, I'm
sure.
afraid of heights, but I actually give an example in my journal. So
Okay,
imagine
okay.
you're on the bottom. That's the bottom of the vortex, like in my program. You're on the bottom
Yeah.
of the mountain.
Hmm.
And future you, because literally in some time you will be up there because you're climbing up. That's future you. In a mindset type, you're going to say, that's future me who is a better being that I want to become. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm aiming, what are my goals? What do I want? That's future me. That's future you standing on top of the mountain. Guess how you're going to climb? There's something holding, connecting two of you. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, in my journal, my daughter said, Mom, it's cringy, but it's a love court
Mhm.
because future you loves you already the way you are. We may not like ourselves the way we are, but future you is like, come on, it's your best self. I'm the God creation. So the cord is holding two of you. You're going to climb. How are you going to climb? You're going to climb by one step letting go, then another step letting go, and another step
Mhm.
letting
That's
go,
passionate.
letting love in, letting go, letting love in. Guess what you're doing? You actually climb up that mountain. In my program, I call it the vortex. And if I
Mhm.
look at the vortex, for me, this is the funnel. It's like once you start climbing, guess what you're going to keep doing
You're going to keep on going up
until you meet future you.
until you reach to the top. It's just that simple. And it's what you kind of just described, Nadia. That basically is how the Japanese live their life to this very day. It's
Climbing mountains?
no, not by climbing mountains, just constantly moving upward. Well, they may do climb mountains, all more power to them, but it's from the model of Kaizen, constantly moving upward,
Mhm.
climbing up instead of looking down or wherever you were previously were, but just keep on moving up until you
Mhm.
get to the top. And that's how they were able to recover from World War II, and that's how they were able to
Wow.
get ahead of America when it comes to like technology, which they still are, which most people don't even realize. But that's another discussion for another day. But I see what you're saying as far as just the future you up at the top, the present you at the bottom, but y'all are more connected because y'all are still the same person. It's
Mhm.
just the future you went through a couple of obstacles, a couple of trials and tribulations, but they still took on the challenge and they found opportunity within all those difficulties and chaos that may have been along the way. So that's a
Yeah.
great picture as far as a wellness vortex for everybody who's listening to the HFWB podcast series. I love it. With that being said, Nadia, I'm actually going to transition to where I'm going to ask you a list of questions that I
Oh boy,
ask everybody
more.
who comes on the podcast, just to have people get to know you a little bit. This is going to be fun. My first question is simple. What is the first thing you do or think of every single day you wake up?
Oh wow. I was going to say that. That is amazing. So in the morning, slightly different, but I was thinking about morning and evening. Now I wake up and I ask myself a question. Why am I feeling good right now?
Mm,
And I start looking for it. That's speaking of how do I connect with best self. I'm just immediately going to find the way what's good, what I'm thankful for.
mm,
Oh, this bed feels so good. It's still so warm. Oh, the sun. I have my window open. I hear the birds.
gratitude.
Generate how I want to feel throughout the day. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And you know this very well, probably better than I do, Nadia, but health is wealth. You can't have one without the other. They're kind of two sides of the coin. What is your personal definition in your eyes, Nadia, of health and wealth to you?
Personal definition of health and wealth. I can do whatever I want. In me personally, this is me. This is me. If I
Hmm.
want to do plank with a Superman, like I did this morning, and then hold it for 30 seconds, that's a wealth of fitness. If
Hmm.
I want to go for a walk and then for another hike or go on vacation, that is active vacation, not like driving. We're going to go on a hike in some mountains in Europe. I can do it. So it's like my wealth of how much healthy I am. My how much is a little interesting here, but it's like the energy, the vitality, feeling 25 at 45. Man, that's wealthy. Whew,
I love
God.
it. No, that's I love how you describe that. That's really true. It's like I'm trying to get to the point where because I'm 32 right now. I just turned 32 last month in the month of April. So now I'm at the point where I'm trying to get to my 50s and 60s and I'm still kind of lifting the way I currently am in my 30s. That's the type of goals that I'm trying to strive for within myself. And it's like I tell people all the time, if I can do it, so can you. And I even
Mm.
that's how you kind of have like that vision intact and cash in on the opportunity without a doubt. But just implementing all those things, I think it can make for like just a better, healthier living community within itself. And speaking of community, When I mention that word community, what's the first thing that pops to your mind, Nadia, as
Oh,
far as community?
just
Sense of community.
my power club, because that's what we are. We support each other on different
Mm,
levels. Yeah, it's the power club in my group. Yeah.
supporting each other, having each other's
Mhm.
back, and holding each other accountable, like we've been talking about this whole
We
time.
count points every time you work out. Point in the chat, and then I give prizes at the end.
Got you. All right, Nadia, we're going to transition to another segment I like to do called either or, which one you would pick out of like one option or the other option without a doubt. The first one is simple. Loyalty or respect?
Loyalty.
Mm, okay. Would you rather live in space or live in the ocean?
Wherever you're going to say space is number one. Doesn't matter where else. Space. I'm
I
afraid
got
of
you.
water. Ocean.
No,
I'm
I
afraid of
understand
swimming pool.
completely. I understand
I don't
completely.
swim. Yeah.
Would you rather have unlimited first class tickets or would you rather have unlimited meals at your favorite restaurant?
Meals. I like to eat.
Got you. Would you rather sing to every song or dance to every song?
Dance. I can't dance. I want to learn. No, I can, but yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be famous and poor or anonymous and rich?
The latter.
Got you. Since we are both fitness personal trainers and everything, I'm going to add a little bit of a fitness twist in here just for you. Would you rather do squats or deadlifts?
Deadlifts. Oh my gosh. Bring me those deadlifts.
Got you. Would you rather do bench press or overhead press?
Overhead.
Okay.
I'm a girl.
I understand. I understand. Biceps or triceps?
Triceps. Love triceps. I'm a girl. We all need us.
And hey, I tell my personal training clients this all the
I
time.
love
You
this.
can't.
I
No,
love
I
this.
agree with you, Nadia,
Yeah.
because you actually can't straighten out your arms without your triceps. And I tell my clients that all the
We're
time.
connected.
Triceps basically make up 2/3 of your overall arm development, which is what most people don't even realize
Mm.
because they're so focused on the biceps, but yet they miss the triceps, and then they wonder why there's that lump underneath their arm because they're not activating it enough. So that's a great point right there. But picture this scenario, right, Nadadia, where you're on an island, deserted, trapped on the island, but you have the opportunity to listen to 5 of your favorite music artists. It doesn't matter what genre it is, it's their whole catalog of music. Who would those 5 music artists be?
Oh, artists or songs? Might be hard with names for me.
Uh,
Anything.
um,
Okay.
either or,
Well,
whichever.
the first song that comes to my mind, kind of on the island that is deserted, probably. I do like Michael Jackson. If you want to change the world, look at yourself. That's like my inspiration song.
I
But
love it.
again, if in the world it's only me and the island,
Yeah.
okay. I love this one. Don't worry, be happy.
Okay. I know who
I
you're talking.
love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the songs. They just wake me up in the morning, by the way. Sometimes
Oh
when I just
man.
like nothing works. Okay, Galaxy of the Guardians.
Hmm.
Guardians of the Galaxy. What else? How many did I say? Two, three?
You have 3 right now. You have 2
You
more
got
now.
the power. You know
Okay.
the song.
Okay. All right. All right.
What? One
Um,
more.
yeah.
Still
Well,
standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love it. We're gonna be having
I
a
love
party
doing
on
this
this.
when you're balancing, like high knee and you're balancing with overheads for, I'm still standing.
Like right when you're finishing that last rep within that last set. I'm still standing after
Still
all
standing.
those
Yeah,
sets and
yeah.
reps. I
The best.
love it. What is your
Yeah.
favorite go-to meal, Nadia?
Favorite go-to meal. I do like Brussels sprouts. They're always in my fridge. They're fast. I like toast. My snack bars. I love my Shackley snack bars, meal bars. They're always in my purse.
Gotcha. Now, obviously, Nadia, you've been all. I feel like you've been all over the world, overseas, in the country, back and forth. I feel like. Where's your
Mm.
favorite place that you have traveled to thus far, and where is a place you would like to travel to that you have not been to yet?
I want to go to South Africa, the Hope, the there's another Cape Town. It's a Cape Town. It's the Hope Peninsula, I think, because that's my
Okay,
name. My name translated from Russian into English is Hope.
I love it. Going
I'd
back
like
to the
to go there.
roots.
Yeah. And my favorite, it's interesting, my favorite place that I've been, because I've been in Europe, Asia, both Americas, have not been north or south poles of the world, but it's not what I've seen, it's how I felt, is Japan. I actually
Mm.
feel like I'd love to live there. I might change my
Oh
mind
my
when I start
God,
living there.
Nadia.
It's
Nadia.
just something with that culture. Do you want to go there too? Let's go.
I'm just gonna say, I'm like so jealous of you, Nadia. That's like a dream vacation for me is to just
Uh,
go visit Japan because, as you were just about to allude to, their culture, their
yeah.
food, it's just the way that they're advanced in like technology. Just to like, it's wonderful. I would love to visit Japan
And
myself.
for me, if you ask what's my drink to go to, that's how I started loving green tea. The first ever like real green tea, I think it was like matcha powder at the tea garden.
Hmm.
Oh, it was so disgusting. But since that time, I just fell in love with green tea, like real green, like you're almost eating the grass. I know it's weird, but I just love green tea. That's my to go drink.
Hey, I,
Detoxing.
I love green tea. That's probably like other than
Mhm.
my natural alkaline spring water and stuff like that. I love drinking me some green tea myself. That's my go-to source without a doubt. That and
Yep.
lemon tea. You can't go wrong
Oh.
with lemon tea either. I will throw that in there as well, personal preference. But overall, Nadia, you're super busy, super talented, all over the place. Whether you're not hosting like little motivational talks, whether it's not doing online group fitness classes, whether it's not talking to other individuals within the space, getting empowered, uplifted, and inspired to where you could do the same to others as well. What are some of your personal favorite hobbies that you like to do whenever you're not doing all those things that many people may not know you like to do?
It's a question I don't like. I do like working out, but you already eliminated that. So if I have an extra time, I will just go to the gym and just hang out in there. Uh
That
yeah, I
speaks to your
like
passion, though.
huh?
That speaks to your passion, though. So there's nothing wrong with your hobby being your passion.
And you know, for those who are intimidated, I was the worst at school in fitness. I was laughed at how bad I was. It's not
Mm.
that I was good at fitness at all times. Maybe psychology, maybe not really. But in fitness, I was the horrible one. I just realized that fitness is very important for us. And that's how I started falling in love in fitness, including functional. Okay, so you asked me about to go hobbies. I like reading, I like poetry. I actually do like just hang out on the sofa on Friday night and watch a movie because I don't really watch TV unless it's
Mhm.
like weekend. It has to be Friday night is the best. Starting weekend earlier.
Right.
I like to travel, but calling it hobby is strange because you can do it often.
No, it's all right. I mean, hey, we all have our special kind of hobbies that put us in our comfort zone and our happy place whenever we want to unplug from the daily routines that we're going through on an everyday basis and something we call life, right? So there's nothing
Mhm.
wrong with that. The last question I have for you, Nadia, as we wrap everything up, if you had the opportunity, right, to go back in time, talk to yourself, say 10 years ago,
Ah,
what would you tell yourself? And based on your current journey, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
okay, so say your question again because there are two 10
No,
years
you're
I
good.
heard.
No,
Uh-huh.
the first part of the question is, Nadia, if you had the opportunity to go back in time 10 years ago and talk to yourself from 10 years ago, what would you tell yourself? The second
Mm,
part of the
mm.
question, based on your current journey, where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Gotcha. Okay, so it's 20 years span. Okay. Well, actually 10 years is where I started my like wellness vortex journey. I will
Oh,
say,
wow. Okay.
Nadia, patience is power.
Mm.
Do it. Don't rush. Rush if you want to. And patience is power.
Mm.
Baby
Okay.
steps. Be patient.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 10 years from now, where's the mic? I want to speak. I want to do TED Talk. I want to have 5,000 people listening at me. It's just because something. I've always been afraid of public speaking. It's my personal development journey. If I stand in front of 5,000 people and say my message, that's a personal development milestone for me, and professional too, of course.
No, I could actually relate to you on that one because that's probably something I envision myself doing within the next 10 years myself, as far as
Whoever gets there first, invite.
yeah, for sure. Without a doubt. We'll definitely keep each other connected. But in a serious note, Nadia, that's something that I pray about every day. That's
Mm,
something that I meditate about every day. As far as
mm,
I don't care if it's 10 to 20 people, hundreds of people, thousands of people, whatever the case may be, just let the story be told at the right moment and right time, whether it's here in Corpus Christi, Texas, anywhere across the state of Texas. I say this all the time,
mm,
whether it's Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, I don't care. I don't care if it's the major cities all across the country, maybe across the world at the right time. Just let the story be told and let the message be heard by someone who needs it. And I feel like
amen.
that's something that we're trying to do within our own perspective journeys at the end of the day, because there's enough people dying enough from heart disease, diabetes, obesity. You know this, Nadia. So we need to basically continue to transform people's lives as much as possible anywhere across the world and just keep the information and the resources afloat to where they don't disappear. That's my
Mm.
personal preference based on everything you just said, and I couldn't agree anymore. I love it. With that being said, Nadia, this is the part where we ask, how can people get a hold of you? How can people get a hold of that Wellness Vortex journal? Give away
Mhm.
any social media handles. This is your time to shine, Nadia.
All right, training. Okay, so it's Coaching by Nadia pretty much everywhere on social media, including the website Coaching by Nadia. The Wellness Vortex, which is my power journal, speaking of owning personal power, is on the website too. You will see the link, Get My Power Journal. And
Uh-huh.
it's like a personal coach at your fingertips. So it's designed in a daily reflection pages, which sequences are designed like a coaching sequence. I love those.
Uh-huh.
In fact, that's what I did for myself. And then I decided I'm
Right.
going to write it as a book. Really beautiful. So for someone who steps into this 3-month journey, because it is a 3-month daily reflection pages. Okay, so that's that. And Coaching by Nadia everywhere. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And,
Okay.
and I'm telling you, if you haven't figured it out by now, Nadia is here to give you the 3-step process on how you can own your own personal power and basically just utilize that power to basically just transform yourself to where you can be the
Mhm.
best version of yourself that you can be. So definitely go check her out. coachingbynadia.com. Definitely go check her out on YouTube as well. Her YouTube content is incredible. All her social media is incredible. As a matter of fact, she's just the person you want to be associated with, as far as just to get a burst of energy in your life to want to grow, improve, and most importantly, evolve for the greater good. Nadia,
Mm.
thank you so much for just taking time out of your busy schedule to simply bless us with an appearance on the HFWB podcast series. I enjoyed the conversation, and I feel like we're definitely going to be having many more conversations down the road, and 2, doing something together to where we can continue to transform people's lives. And I look forward to that day and time, Nadia.
All right. Thank you, Clifton. Thank you very much, everyone who is watching. Appreciate.
No problem. And for those listening, thank y'all once again. And of course, this is yours truly, Clifton Pope, with the HFWB podcast series, encouraging everyone to stay healthy, wealthy, and blessed. Peace, love, and positive vibrations, y'all. Till next time.